name's Bond, but the face, well, that's still up for debate. With Amazon now holding the keys to the Aston Martin, the 007 franchise could be headed for a shakeup. And that means one big question: who should be the next James Bond? Today, we're breaking down 5 actors who could bring their own unique style to MI6's top spy. Some picks you might expect, and 1 or 2 that might surprise you. Tom Hardy, the gritty Bond. If the next era of Bond leans towards something raw, intense, and unpredictable, Tom Hardy is your guy. He's got the physicality, the brooding presence, and the ability to bring a brutal edge to the role. Imagine something closer to Daniel Craig's grittier take, but dialed up to 11. The downside: at 46, Hardy might be pushing the upper age limit for a fresh-faced Bond reboot. But if Eon wants a seasoned 007, Hardy's a perfect fit. Robert Pattinson, the unpredictable Bond. Pattinson has completely transformed his career, from teen vampire to one of the most compelling actors of his generation. His performances in The Lighthouse, Tenet, and The Batman prove he can be intense, sophisticated, and mysterious. Bond needs unpredictability, and Pattinson brings that in spades. But would he commit to a multi-film franchise? That's the big question. Jack Lowden, the underdog Bond. Jack Lowden might not be the most obvious choice, but hear me out. He's got the acting chops, the charm, and a rugged toughness that fits the modern Bond template. He's also young enough to lead the franchise for the next 10-15 years, something Eon will definitely be considering. Henry Cavill, the classic Bond. Let's be real. Henry Cavill looks like he was sculpted in a lab to play James Bond. He's got the suave demeanor, the action hero physique, and the charisma to pull it off. He even auditioned for Casino Royale but lost out to Daniel Craig. The only downside: he might be too obvious of a pick. Plus, Cavill's packed schedule could make long-term Bond commitments tricky. But if you want a classic, smooth, and effortlessly cool Bond, Cavill is the choice. Harris Dickinson, the future Bond. You might recognize him from The King's Man or Triangle of Sadness, but Harris Dickinson is a rising star who ticks every Bond box. He's young, so he could stick with the role for multiple films. He's British, and he's got that quiet intensity that Bond requires. Plus, at just 28 years old, Dickinson could define an entire new era of Bond, bringing back that blend of danger and charm we saw in early Connery films. If Eon wants to build the franchise's future, Harris Dickinson is the best pick. Those are my top 5 picks for the next James Bond. But now, I want to hear from you. Who's your top choice to take over the role? Drop your picks in the comments and let's debate it out. Until next time, stay shaken, not stirred.